Right, here we go. Back again. Back again. Okay? And this time it is Are We in 1984 by George Orwell, and also by George Orwell, Big Brother. And of course, a lockdown update, or you could say a coronavirus lockdown update. Okay? So, firstly, in the Independent, why Italy's coronavirus death toll continues to spike despite lockdown, and what the UK can learn, right? And it says that people aren't following rules, right? So they're going to have to tighten it even more, and the UK better take note. Basically, that's what that means. It's because also in the UK now they're saying it's a tsunami of cases that's hitting the UK, right? And before I made this, it was reporting that it was up to 233 fatalities, right? And yesterday, when I reported, it was 177. Okay, so it's fairly jumping, and it is being reported as well that Britain to remain on lockdown for a year. Okay, so this is being reported quite a lot today. Daily Record: coronavirus crisis could see lockdown measures last a year. And this one says, scientists have advised the severity of measures could alternate during the period, but stricter measures would need to be enforced for at least half of the year. Okay, so that's a bit worrying, that. And it's saying that 1.4 million people in the UK should now stop, as of Monday, should stop all social contact. Okay, and it says that Health Secretary Matt Hancock said the most vulnerable members of society will be told to carry out stricter social distancing measures for a period of 12 weeks, right? And this is to start from Monday onwards, and they're seemingly going to bring out new measures. So is the full lockdown going to be maybe Monday or Tuesday? Somebody was reckoning Tuesday it could be. And in terms of the military, there is a lot of mixed reports, and no one really knows what to believe, let's face it, okay? But the troops are seemingly on standby, right? 10,000 extra troops have also seemingly been brought in. Birmingham Live, one day ago, 20,000 British Army troops set to be on UK streets for 6 months. Okay, so yeah, that's also a bit worrying. And this is nothing new, because even in February, 2 weeks ago, Al Jazeera reported British Army on standby over coronavirus spread. Okay, and now, well, it's okay just now, but also being reported quite a lot is the huge queues at different supermarkets, or mostly all the supermarkets. Okay, so at what point could that become a big problem? And is that why the army are on standby? Okay, and in the US to lock down 70 million people in bid to stop coronavirus spread, right? And this was being reported today, and it was saying up to 70 million people in the US will be put on lockdown as America tries to come to grips with the coronavirus crisis. And they're on about California, New York, Illinois, okay? And they're on about stricter measures there as well, okay? And before we get on to 1984, this was reported just 2 days ago. Thousands in Gloucestershire want Italian lockdown, okay? They want an Italian-style lockdown. And here's somebody saying, why haven't we gone into lockdown? Why? watching a horror film unfold. Okay? So people are basically saying, give us lockdown. We want lockdown, okay? That's what a lot of people are basically demanding now. Thousands, seemingly. So that really is 1984 and the Big Brother society. I mean, it couldn't get any clearer than that. I mean, if you have read it, if you haven't, then I would advise that you do, or listen to the audiobook, which is on YouTube, and that's pretty good as well. So I'll read this from it, right? 1984. The rackety, uneasy circumstances, the periodical panics about air raids, and the sheltering in tube stations, the piles of rubble everywhere, the unintelligible proclamations posted at street corners, the gangs of youths in shirts all the same colour, the enormous queues outside the bakeries, the intermittent machine gun fire in the distance, above all, the fact that there was never enough to eat. Alright? And it says, these conditions created such desperation among the people of Oceania that they became willing to do anything for safety. This included giving away all their freedoms, even their right to being human, okay? To a strong protective dictator. And Little Brother shows a similar scenario in which people pledged complete loyalty to the DHS out of fear of future terrorist attacks. Okay? So they're saying it's alright, doesn't matter whatever the government do, as long as it's for safety. Okay? You get it? Right? In 1984 was written in 1948, okay? By George Orwell. Now, George Orwell is a bit of a strange one, let's face it, okay? And we do know that he worked for the British government in the past. Okay, so how did he know all this? Is it really a book? Or is it actually a blueprint? Okay, because it sure seems like it, let's face it. And like I said, if you haven't read it, then I would advise that you do, because you'll be quite shocked, I would say. I actually remember covering some of it in school, and then I've read it also in my adult life, and yeah, it's pretty flabbergasting, to be honest, let's face it, okay? And I'll leave George Orwell there at the moment. In terms of the situation with the lockdown for the UK, I would imagine that is definitely coming. Alright? The laws have already been passed, like I said. For how long is another question. That I'm not too sure. Italy went on lockdown on the 9th of March. And it was meant to be until, I believe, the 3rd of April. But I'm sure that, again, that's been extended, right? And by the looks of it, the UK will follow suit in everything that Italy does. Okay, but time will tell. Anyway, that is about it. Bye-bye.